You think yoga is about stretching, about downward dogs and designer leggings? That's like saying music is just noise, or the ocean is just wet. Yoga isn't a workout. It's a wake-up call. To your breath, to your nervous system, to the forgotten intelligence humming inside your spine. And here's the twist. Modern neuroscience finally agrees. This isn't a wellness trend. It's an ancient operating system. One that can rewire your mind, rebuild your body, and reconnect you to a frequency you forgot you were tuned for. So let's go deeper. Because once you see what yoga actually is, you won't unsee it. Most people experience yoga on a mat, but yoga starts long before that and runs far deeper. It's not about flexibility, it's about feedback. Yoga is the original human firmware update, a system that upgrades posture, rewires stress, balances hormones, and tunes you to internal coherence. And no, this isn't spiritual fluff. It's measurable, mechanical, magnetic, and deeply human. Let's begin where the body speaks without words: posture. When you slouch, your brain hears defeat. When you stand tall, it hears confidence. Yoga works not by tricking the brain, but by training it. It strengthens the quiet stabilizers, the glutes, the spine, the deep core. It reverses the hunching, the scrolling, the daily collapse, and teaches your nervous system how to stand again. Because posture isn't just physical, it's psychological. Harvard research shows 2 minutes of upright posture increases testosterone, reduces cortisol, and boosts confidence. But yoga doesn't stop there. It weaves posture with breath, attention, and feedback, turning temporary poses into long-term presence. The result? You don't just look calm, you become it. Now zoom inward to breath. Breath is your body's remote control. And most people have no idea they're holding it wrong. Ancient yogis called it prana, the life force. Modern science calls it vagal tone, human resources and vascular autonomic regulation. Same truth, different timeline. Box breathing? The SEALs do it to stay calm under fire. Yogis did it to access expanded states of awareness, slow the breath, and the body begins to trust again. Cortisol drops, heart rate slows, brainwaves harmonize, your inner world recalibrates. But yoga goes one step further. It doesn't isolate the breath. It weaves it into motion. Every inhale grounds, every exhale opens, and that rhythm, over time, becomes a new baseline for how you move through life. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman, call her Maya. Anxiety had been her background noise since childhood. Sleepless nights, racing thoughts, a body always on edge. She tried everything: meds, podcasts, therapy. Then one day, someone brought her to a yoga class. Day 1, she hated it. Too slow, too quiet, too much breath. Day 7, something shifted. Not everything, but something. A stillness in her chest, a softness behind her eyes. Over months, her breath deepened. Her posture changed. But most of all, she trusted her body again. That's the power of entrainment. Let's zoom out for a second. Yoga doesn't fix your stress. It teaches you how to interface with it. It increases GABA, your brain's calming neurotransmitter, by up to 27%. It silences the amygdala, the fear center, while lighting up the prefrontal cortex and the seat of awareness and choice. Ancient yogis called it chitta vritti nirodha, the stilling of the mind's noise. Neuroscience calls it prefrontal regulation, but you'll just call it peace. Now here's the twist. Most people think healing comes from doing more. But what if healing is actually a return? Not a task, but a tuning. You're not a machine to be optimized. You're a resonant system waiting to be attuned. Yoga isn't a fix, it's a frequency. Let's talk about that frequency. Everything in the universe vibrates, from atoms to emotions. Yoga works by aligning your vibration through breath, movement, mantra, and attention. Chant Om, and you're not just sounding sacred, you're stimulating vagus tone and training rhythm, dissolving stress. EEG studies show long-term yogis enter gamma brainwaves, linked to insight, unity, compassion, and peak cognition. Ancients called it samadhi. Scientists call it non-dual awareness. Your body? It just calls it home. When your breath, heart, brain, and muscles sync, coherence is born. This is measurable, not metaphor. Heart rate variability improves. Recovery accelerates. Intuition sharpens. You don't just feel better, you become more whole. So no, this isn't placebo, it's precision. A consciousness calibration system disguised as exercise. One that's been waiting thousands of years for you to remember. Let's land this gently. Yoga isn't a pose, it's a posture of presence. A way of relating to your breath, your body, your being, with reverence, not resistance. You are not broken. You're out of sync. And yoga is the retuning fork. So before you scroll to the next video, pause. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Again, this is not performance, this is resonance. And if you follow it long enough, it doesn't just change how you feel, it changes who you are. Thanks for tuning into Conscious Vibe. If this resonated, like, share, or send it to someone who's ready for more. And don't forget to subscribe for deeper drops, sharper insights, and future shaping ideas. Hit subscribe. Stay curious. The future belongs to the conscious. See you in the next one.